So we gave my friend Ryan a couple of sets of widowhood boxes. It's something we're not using anymore, so yeah, he's happy with it. We are finally almost there. So I've just done the release door for the birds, and I actually didn't bother putting the frame or wood around it or in the timber. So I just cut the mesh, and I just put a hook them on to the front of the aviary, and it comes down and it kind of opens and closes as well, as you can see in just a moment. There you go. So it's quite easy as that. And I've got a little hook up there so I can put a string, so when it's down it's actually supporting the actual grill itself. Yeah, before we go inside, because it's drizzling now, we need to tidy up a little bit here, put things away. But before that, I wanted to show you what I've done so far, temporarily anyway. So that whiteboard there on the left side, there is the widowhood section. So like I said, I was gonna close it up, apart from the source of ventilation, and also that little bit of piece of white panel there, covered that up as well. And obviously the trap is in the middle, that right hand corner, I will be covering that up as well at some point. So still indecisive about what we're gonna do about the actual trap, so we put that there anyway for now. Next job is we're gonna have to prevent the birds from going on top of these widowhood boxes and hanging around in there. So we have got a few stuff that we could cut to size to cover them up. So we're going to go outside just behind the loft, and we've got some kind of a plastic panel that we could cut the size, like this one's here. Look at that. We've done it just about. So all we need now is to select our widowhood cocks. That's going to go in this section at some point. So we're not going to do that today because we're pretty tired, so we will do that over the weekend. And yeah, we're just gonna have a look around to see if there's anything else that we've missed or anything else that we need to do. So yeah, it's looking good here now. And also, if you look on the right, here we go, the trapping system. So that's brilliant actually. So that apple tree, as you can see out there, we're not going to let it grow too high anyway, because obviously that's going to block the actual aviary and the Sputnik trap system, so it's not going to be any good if that's the case. But for the meantime, and this is where we are tonight. Actually, we're going to secure this. We're going to tie a piece of string around there just to make sure, like I said, that no predators come in. In terms of the trapping here, what we're going to do is we're going to put something here temporarily, so it stops it from opening from the outside, because obviously you got to protect the birds from predators, and you know, most likely it'll be cats during the night will try to get in. So we're going to try to cover that up before we go in, and eventually what will happen is it'll have a lockable cover with a hinge up there, so you can hook up there, and so that will sort out. But for the meantime, because we haven't got the time now to do it, that'll do for now. These sloping perches absolutely suit the birds, and they actually love it. Only reason why some of them are down there, that's because I'm actually here and disturb them from chilling. So I'm just monitoring the birds, making sure they're okay, because they suffered from slight respiratory problems, with their eyes just shutting and that, but I left them to it. Every single bird picked it up. I didn't medicate them, apart from my respiratory drops in here that we have in stock. So I think, to me anyway, I think it helps to boost our immune system to get used to all these diseases. So I mean, you can't avoid it. It's the same with the rest of us. If you try to avoid all these diseases, then you're never going to be immune to it, and the immune system will get weaker. It's the first time the birds go out there, so it's looking good. They can finally get some fresh air going in and out of this stuff. So that middle section that's open, that's going to be permanently open anyway, obviously, apart from the traps which is on top of it, which will be secured to avoid any sort of predators coming in and obviously killing our birds. So yeah, looking good so far. They're in the middle of the molt at the moment, so we're not doing anything with the birds at the moment. So they're not gonna be out until kind of next year now, possibly January and that. So what we're gonna do today, after we've done a bit of cleaning, is we're gonna get all the cocks out. If not today, it'll be next weekend. Into the widowhood section, so they can get used to being there and dominate their territory before we introduce the hens to them at some point. So we will be also breeding from the widowhood section. So we've only got 6 pairs to breed and 6 stock birds anyway. So we don't have actually a lot, because I mean, we can't breed a lot because we don't have the space for it. And also I find that this works around me with my schedule with work, family time and all sorts, to keep a small team of birds, easy to maintain, easy to manage, easy to monitor, and it suits me. It's been a good day really. It's quite productive today. So we're gonna go inside the house now and think about the pairs that we're gonna breed in December for the young birds, and also the cocks that we're gonna put in the widowhood cocks. So we're gonna have a look at the result sheets and then see look at their arrivals, and then you know, see how we get on really. So we've got 14 birds that we raise as young birds, and we've got 6 cocks to pair from the stock birds, and so obviously we're only going to be able to fit 10 pairs in that section. However, we're going to breed quite early anyway, probably about first week of December, so we're going to order the rings now for 2023, and probably just one round, the second round maximum. So by end of January we would have done, well, probably February we would have done 2 rounds out of them. Then we'll separate them again, put the young birds in here, and then we're gonna put the cocks in there for the widowhood, and then see how we go on. Well, people obviously do it differently in different ways. So at the moment, obviously everything that I do is based on observations from my birds, and obviously based on what people told me. So, and also it's very important for me that everything that I do here has to work around me, because otherwise it won't work, and or I won't have the time for it. So there's so many things I want to do with the birds. However, it's the time. If the time ain't there, then I won't be able to do it anyway. So we're only gonna do it based on what we did last season, plus with the bonus of being at home now every day. So we're going to be able to monitor the birds on a day-to-day basis. Before we end the day and go inside the house, it's getting dark now, so I've done this temporary security measure to prevent any kind of predators coming in. And so you know, we're at peace, because the birds ain't going out anyway until next year, so that can stay there. Oh, until we decide to change the trapping system, we don't know. So yeah, so far so good. It's been a good day. I'm happy with it. We've done what we wanted to do, and a few more tweaks to do. So we're gonna feed the birds now, as you can see, and the cleaning will have to be done next week, to be honest. I know it's dirty, but they're on grills, so that's not a problem. Probably have to do a scrape on top of the feeding tray, and that's about it. The loft is dry, so that's the main thing. But again, it's gonna be raining all week next week, so we're gonna find out if there's anything else we need to do to prevent water coming. Next weekend, the feeding tray will be big enough for what's in here anyway, because obviously, like I said, we're gonna remove at least 10 birds from here. And I've noticed, obviously, as you might have noticed as well, I'm feeding some of the birds there along the edges there in the corner. It's only because the feeding trays ain't long enough for all of them. But like I said, these birds will be reduced and will be moved to another section, which they will be fed, you know, separately. So whatever's left in this section will have enough space for it, so that'll just be enough. But for the meantime, you'll have to do, like I said, it's clean and it's dry. It got a little bit wet earlier because I knocked over the water can in here, so unfortunately. So what I've done is I put the powder on top of it, the anti-coxy powder, to keep him dry and to soak the moisture. Just a very quick check with the hens to make sure they're okay as well. We've checked the rest of the birds in the other section, so these are all the hens that we have, so it's looking good so far. I must admit, I'm not 100% sure about at least about 4 or 5 birds that are in here from the late breds, whether they're hens or cocks. But I will soon find out at some point. So yeah, they're looking good. We're not trying to feed them too much anyway. You know, trying to get the right balance of carbohydrates and protein and whatever, yeah, and certain fats, because obviously they need the fats and protein during the molt season, because they need it. But like, you know, like the rest of us, if you just sat around and doing nothing, they're not. These birds are not flying about. So I don't think there's any point of me giving them too much carbohydrates. It'll just pile up and turns into fat. So something I don't want to do with the birds as well. And so yeah, we're gonna leave them to it, and I will see them tomorrow.